Hi guys, it's Jessica Cadman here, and I'm a pre-med student, so I'm doing my undergrad right now and I have one more year left, and this year I'm going to be applying to medical school. So I figured I was going to start some vlogs and give you guys some insight into what I'm doing to prepare my application and to have like a strong application for all the medical schools I'm going to be applying to. So I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this are either pre-med students or you're applying to medical school. And if you're like me at all, you're probably very nervous and wondering what you have to do in order to get in. So for me, I'm actually writing the MCAT this summer. So I have 9 weeks to do this, and I actually just made up my 9-week schedule. Well, actually I did it in 8 because I don't really want to be focusing on a lot of content during my 9th week before the week before I write my MCAT. So I have it kind of divided into 8 weeks, and I figured I'd just maybe review this with you guys. I know that a lot of people from videos I've watched and from other med school people who are taking their MCATs, I know a lot of people normally study for their MCAT throughout the year, but for me this just wasn't practical because I really wanted to have a strong GPA while taking on a large course load. So I knew from the very beginning that I'd be waiting until after I was done exams to actually start studying for the MCAT. So I'm actually doing mine in 2 months, and I know if you've done your research, most people say that you need definitely at least 3, and that's if you're doing nothing else with your, you're not working, you're not in school or anything. For me, I'm a little stressed out about this because I'm actually going to be working and volunteering, and then I'm also taking 1 summer course, but I feel like I can probably balance it, and I only have 2 classes a week for the course I'm doing. I wouldn't recommend if you're taking 2 summer courses or something. I think that'd be a little much, but for me, I'm pretty used to being busy, and I'm pretty good at making my time, dividing my time up. So I'm pretty efficient, and I try not to procrastinate for the most part. That being said, I'm a little bit stressed out about this, but I think I can do it. So I'm gonna share this with you guys. So for week 1, I just made up this little schedule here. I'm probably gonna type it all out and make it all pretty after. For week 1, what I plan on doing is taking a couple of practice tests. So today I'm starting my week 1 actually. So I'm going to take 2 practice tests this week just to get a feel for what kind of questions are going to be asked on the MCAT. And I actually bought the Princeton Review. So these ones right here. I bought the Princeton Review books, and I've heard a lot of good things about them. I've also heard a lot of good things about Exam Crackers preparation books. And I don't know if they have the new MCAT format package released yet for Exam Crackers. I don't remember seeing it on Amazon, but I didn't look at it until around February. So I decided to go with Princeton Review just because I heard some great things about them. So they have in their MCAT preparation book, they have 3 full-length online practice tests included with the package. So I'm going to do a couple of those, and also the AAMC also has, I think, a couple of practice, it's either 1 or a few practice tests online as well. So I'm going to do a couple of those just to get a feel for what kind of questions they're going to ask, and I'm going to take notes on my weak areas and where I should be focusing a lot of my time on, just so I know where I should be reviewing more thoroughly. For weeks 2 to 5, this is where I'm going to do most of my content review. So I'm really going to crack down and read through all these books. There's actually 5 of them, and this is one of the smaller ones. So the biochemistry one is a lot larger. It's probably twice the size. So it's going to be really tough to be reviewing all this, but at the same time, I've just taken a lot of my science courses, my core science courses. So I'm hoping it'll be more of a review and just a quick scan rather than trying to actually familiarize myself with the content that's in the books. So this is kind of what I'm relying on right now. And for psych and sociology, that's all new content for me because I've never taken any psych psych courses or sociology, so that's where I'm probably going to spend a little bit more time on that kind of stuff. So in weeks 2 to 5, I'm going to read all the books, and I'm also going to do some Firecracker questions. So Firecracker is actually, if you download it on, I know it's available for iPhone. I don't know if it's available for like other phones like Samsung or anything like that. But I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and they have some really good MCAT review questions on there that you can just look at and scan through. And I actually set like a daily goal of 20 questions per day to review for the Firecracker questions, just because I don't want to be spending too much time on them, and I just want to be able to like kind of review them on the go. So I think that's a good way to kind of review some of the questions that could potentially be on there, and to really challenge your understanding of the content that you've reviewed so far. So I'm going to be doing that between weeks 2 and 5. And then on weeks 6 and 7, I'm going to be doing a lot of practice tests. This is where I'm going to be really challenging what I've retained from everything I've reviewed so far. So I'm aiming to do like 10 practice tests. I know that they have a lot of them online available, so I don't know, I'm probably going to have to buy a couple, but they also have a lot of free ones. And I did the Princeton review practice test like in person at Dalhousie. No, it was at SMU actually. Yeah, it was at SMU. And I found that really useful, although I hadn't really begun to study for my MCAT yet, so I found it really difficult because I was going in there kind of like blankly not knowing what to expect, and it was 7.5 hours long, so it's a lot, but I feel like once you familiarize yourself with the information and you have like a good grasp on the content, that it's definitely doable. And then week 8, I'm going to review my weak areas and work on improving things. And I think this is really important. I think it's important not to just do the practice test and then like forget about everything that you got wrong and where your weak areas were. I think you need to go back, look at the questions you got wrong, and kind of like review them and see why you got them wrong. Because if you don't know why you got them wrong, then if you're faced with the same or similar question on the MCAT, you're not going to be able to just arbitrarily choose the correct answer. So if you are very thorough in reviewing your test, I think that pretty much guarantees you like a decent score on the MCAT, if you're being honest with yourself. So yeah, 9 weeks away until I write the MCAT. I'm writing it on July 9th, 2016. So I know this is, for a lot of people, you may be really stressed out about writing the MCAT, like, but I know it's doable. So, you know, like I feel like I'm alone maybe in writing the MCAT and giving myself 2 months to prepare, but realistically, I think a lot of us are in the same boat, and it is a big test, and I've heard a lot of people say, like, don't underestimate how big of a test it is, but I feel like if you adequately prepare and if you like really slam down and commit to preparing for writing the MCAT, that you can definitely do it and be successful and get like a good grade. Because I do not want to write the MCAT again. I've heard a lot of people say like they have to write a second time or third time, and that's fine, but for me, I'd rather not put myself through all of this treacherous studying and then have to write it again, so, and review all the content again and all that fun stuff. So for me, I really just want to write it this one time. Whether that's going to be the case or not, we'll see, but I'm really hoping that I can adequately prepare myself to write the exam. So if you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments below, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be definitely posting more videos. I think my next one's going to be on being like the perfect applicant or whatever, and how to have a strong application going into when you're applying to medical schools. So have a good day, guys, and thanks. Bye.